Okay, so continue to part 2 of my vicious reptilian attack. 2013 of June. So anyway, the being that saved me, the Light Warrior, they're called Light Warriors. And if you look up Silverlegion on the computer, they talk about the Light Warriors. So yeah, so basically they have wings and they save the humans from bad attacks by the aliens. Yeah, and they're called Light Warriors from the Silverlegion. And they're close, to this dimension, so it makes sense. Like the reptilians, they're close to this dimension, so the 5th dimension is, closer to this dimension than the heaven realm. So yeah, it makes sense. That was one of the Light Warriors that saved me. So anyway, the reason why we descended so fast was because he wanted me down there super fast so he can have other reptilians, abuse me and attack me. I have no doubt. That's why we descended so fast, because he wanted to take me down there as fast as possible, so before I was saved by a Light Warrior, because he knew, he's not stupid, he knew that there were beings that were on the good side that would save us, humans or hybrids from these bad aliens. So that's why we descended so fast, because he wanted to take me down there in hell so a lot of other reptilians could abuse me as well as him, which makes perfect sense. Yeah, now I went down there before, but it was by way of remote view. My astral body was not there, just my mind. The reptilians, were able to take my mind there, but I can talk about that later. But anyway, so this friend that I had met around the same time, named Gay, she was the one that told me, the angel was basically saying, I saved you, here's this beautiful twin bed for you. I mean, it's really awesome to think about it, but I just can't believe I was so dumb and naive that I couldn't figure it out. But like I say, that was even before I realized that the aliens had been in my life all my life. I remember experiences from age 6. But eventually I'll tell about all my experiences in chronological order. But yeah, and I remember, a bad reptilian attack in 1994. And then in 2006, I had some encounters, and I believe they were probably reptilian. I believe it was just one reptilian being, but he wasn't mean or anything. And but that was in 2006 in a hotel room, but I can tell you about that later. And so anyway, before this experience in 2013, it was probably late 2012, something like that, when I was asking to, because I kept reading David Icke, and I kept being curious about the reptilians, but I didn't know they were in my life and always in my life at that time. And so I kept asking to go down to Reptilian Zone. Well, the only time, one time I succeeded. You know how David Icke says that the reptilians are very close to this dimension? That realm is very close, and he's right, because when I astral travel, at an angle, I don't know, I guess it's called 20-degree angle, and I shoot off out of body, I bypass all 12 dimensions, and I go to the heaven realm. And, I twirl through the black galaxy many minutes before I land in the heaven realm. So this is what happens when you try to go to hell, so to speak. What I did was that was before this experience. So that's the only time I succeeded in trying to go down to hell, was when, before this bad reptilian attack, I actually rolled out of body about 3 centimeters. I literally rolled out of body 3 centimeters. and I dropped. I rolled out of body 3 centimeters. I did not travel. You don't have to astral travel to get to this dimension because it's so close to this dimension. So I rolled out of body like 3 centimeters and I dropped. Well, guess what? I dropped about 100 feet. I don't know, maybe 200 feet. And my cat Hannah was at the foot of the bed. And I actually rolled her out of body as well. And this female reptilian grabbed me. See, the nicer reptilians hang out at the upper part of the 4th dimension. The better part of hell. Yeah, so the nicer reptilian beings, they hang out at the upper part of hell, the nicer ones. It's the mean ones that hang out at the bottom part of hell, and at the bottom of the pit, which is dusk, by the way. And you know, it's a constant 70 degrees. There's, you know, it's not sunny, it's not cold, it's not windy. Well, they can create wind. But anyway, so this female being, she grabbed me, and oh my God, I couldn't even move. I mean, she grabbed me so damn tight. I mean, I could not even move. I mean, I couldn't even move when this male reptilian being grabbed me. So anyway, she finally let go, and then she proceeded to do sexual things to me. And then I looked up, and my cat Hannah was looking down at us doing these, you know, sexual acts. And it didn't last long. And then, you know, I was back in my bed. So that was the only time I succeeded in trying to go down to Reptilian Zone, the bottom of the pit, aka hell. And, you know, the Illuminati people, they know about that. They put it in a movie called This Is the End. A stupid-ass movie. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And this reptilian being right here is from, he's a nice being. He's from Jupiter Ascending. And the reptilian being that attacked me in June of 2013, that reptilian being, I believe, had he didn't have a snout. He had more of a flat face. And he looks similar to one of the pictures that you see in, there's like 2 or 3 pictures that David Icke has in one of his books. Remember Who You Are? The being that attacked me, you know, was more humanoid, and he had the flat face, not the snout. I did have a bad experience with the snouted being, but I don't believe, by the energy of this being, I totally felt like he looked like one of those flat-faced reptilians, similar to what you see in David Icke's book, Remember Who You Are. He didn't look like this creature monster being that you see in Jupiter Ascending. This being right here, Sargorn or whatever. But anyway, yeah, the being that grabbed me up when I rolled out of body and went down there and dropped. But see, she wasn't hanging out at the vicious part of hell. She was hanging out at the upper part. That's why after descending at about 40 or 50 feet, she caught me. But she wasn't vicious at all, and I could totally tell by her energy that she was more of a female reptilian. But I couldn't tell you exactly, you know, what her face looked like. I mean, I kind of sensed maybe what she looked like. But anyway, so the being that attacked me, I have no doubt, looked like similar to the non-snouted being in his book, Remember Who You Are. He has like 3 pictures. And that one where the being has kind of like the nose turned down, the more flat face, that's what the being looked like that attacked me at my bedside. So anyway, in the movie This Is the End, they're shoving it in your face that these reptilian beings live down in hell. And it even showed their big old dick. And actually, it kind of showed a being in the movie. I think he did kind of look similar to this being, Sargorn or whatever, from Jupiter Ascending. This being right here. It was like a creature monster reptilian. And yeah, they showed a reptilian being in that movie. and it was called This Is the End, and he goes around and molests people in their bed. And it even shows his dong, and it even falls off, towards the end of the movie, his balls and his dong falls off. But basically they're throwing it in your face that these reptilian beings are real, and they go around molesting people, and that they do live in hell. They're shoving it in your face. But yet they know the sheeple are in a trance and will never figure it out. Except, me and other people that are awakened. So anyway, there's more stories to come, but this is the end of that experience. Of June of 2013. Yeah, so just be careful and don't... If you get attuned to these beings and you know that you're a hybrid and that you have a lot of reptilian DNA, just be careful, fucking around with them and asking for sex and shit and talking to them, because you could have, it's possible you could have a bad experience. But, even if they try to give you a bad experience, there's always good beings that will be there to help you. More than likely.